home of the Missouri Reign for some women's soccer between the home side Missouri Reign and the traveling Sunflower State FC all the way from Overland, Kansas. Should be a good one today. Sunflower State, 4 points coming off of a loss in their last game. They play in the Heartland division. As here's a chance early on for the Reign. 1-0 with the keeper now. Keeper comes out and makes an easy save. Very calm and coolly collected by the Sunflower State FC goalie to keep the score at 0. I'm Julian Munoz alongside my partner Logan Parsons. Logan, what do you got on this game?
Well, it's been very complicated up here in the press box. We've got this stream going, and Missouri Reign, has gotten off to a quick start. As you see, that quick dive into the box, great stop by the goalkeeper for Sunflower State. But nice sunny day here in Columbia, hot day, sitting around 80 degrees all day long, and we're glad we're getting to broadcast this one.
Yes, after a couple difficulties early on before the game, we were finally able to find a way as this one. That surely is going to be a foul just outside of the Reign penalty box for Sunflower State FC. Early on, we've seen a lot of offensive action, and we saw a lot of offensive action this weekend for the Reign. They took a 3-0 loss at Peoria City FC and then came back later on that same day to defeat Junction FC 3-1 to get their second win on the season, both coming against Junction FC, one home and one away. 3 minutes, 45 seconds into this one, here's a free kick in a dangerous state for Sunflower State FC. 5 at the back post. Here's a free kick. It's a good one at the front post. Nice save by the Reign's starting goalkeeper, Katie Fitzler. She's recently been in the starting lineup for Coach Dakota Aycock. I believe we're going to have an offside flag, I believe is what the call was down at the far side of the pitch. Logan, what are you seeing so far in this game between these two teams just about 4.5 minutes in?
I'm seeing a lot of pressure on both lower thirds. Obviously, 2 crosses already into the box for Sunflower State, so they've obviously been pretty aggressive early, but the Reign have been using this long ball to their advantage through this first 4 minutes and 40 seconds. You saw them earlier trying to hit on that left side of the field, but intercepted by the goalkeeper. Sunflower State taking most of the possession, though, thus far.
Sunflower State playing a 3-4-2-1 with their keeper sort of being a sweeper keeper, playing outside of the box majority of the time. We saw that on that first attack by the Reign. Sunflower State controls possession here in the midfield. Hannah back to Anna. Over to Maddie. Intercepted by the Reign. Lockhart is in an offside position. Unfortunately, not much Zoe Lockhart can do there with that one, as she was in a perfect position for the attack, but just offside was the call from the assistant linesman. Yeah, may I say, has a really impressive mullet.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate there. Obviously, the intercepted ball, 2v1 scenario, and just caught off a little bit off guard because you didn't think she was going to lose it there for the Reign. And she was been caught off in an offside position. Reign doing a good job dealing with this one as they clear that one away. Sunflower State still in possession.
Over on the left side, G over to Gabby. This one back past the Reign back line after an error, but all the way back to Fitzler as she'll calmly play it at her feet over to Addie Clay. Clay will play it out of the back over towards Haggerty. Sunflower State will retain possession. Now playing it around the back. Into the middle. Defended by a couple Reign defenders, and they win it off her. 2v3 opportunity here for the Reign. Lockhart down that left flank. has numbers, works it in the middle. That's Izzy Cole on the ball, back to Lockhart. Lockhart trying to flip it across to a wide open Haggerty, but it gets knocked away and intercepted by Sunflower State FC, excuse me, as they can come on the counterattack. They have numbers if they can use it correctly. Nice tackle in there by Peyton Beam, or sorry, Yasmin Baird Watson, should I say, in the middle for the Reign and intercepted yet again. Very offensive game so far as we are just under 8 minutes into this one. Still no score.
Yeah, there hasn't really been too many connecting passes between these sides. It's mostly been all long balls and change of possession. So I'm looking for both of these teams to kind of keep the ball in their half, kind of use possession to their advantage, get some passes going, and then fight through the middle. As an errant pass from Sunflower State, and
miscommunication there. Lockhart had the ball in a premium offensive position.
Cardozo,
and also the streaking Lillian Hart down that left flank. A little bit of a miscommunication to who would have been going down that overlap, who would be overlapping that play, excuse me, should I say. And it goes all the way out for a Sunflower State goal kick, taken over on the left side. Sunflower State still in possession all the way back to Anna, the goalkeeper. Pressured by Lockhart. Ball into the box. Baird Watson right there to intercept it. Trying to find Lockhart, who looked open but probably was in an offside position. So lucky for the Reign that ball did not get through. Good pressure.
Sunflower State's been doing a good job of working out of the back through the sidelines. They haven't really used the middle to their advantage, as a foul by Izzy Cole will lead to a Sunflower State free kick as she stays on the ground. That looked bad. As our middle referee will call out the athletic trainer to come check on the injured Sunflower State player.
Believe that is Maddie there, who went down pretty hard after that collision with Cole. No warnings has been issued, so it was just a 50-50 ball that Cole got a little bit too aggressive on. As Izzy Cole is known to be a pretty aggressive player, as we've seen that throughout this season. She's been one of Dakota Aycock's best players, I would say. Controlling that midfield, especially defensively. And folks, in the comments, unfortunately, we cannot turn the camera horizontal. Really unfortunate due to technical difficulties. 10 minutes into this one, we're going to have a bit of added time at the end of this first half. She's down. Still has not gone back up. Finally getting back up. It's good to see her getting back up after that collision. She took a pretty nasty hit from Cole. But looks like she will be all right, and we should be able to resume play here soon.
Yeah, as we mentioned previously, a little bit of technical difficulties in this box. Our camera operator system broke a little bit, and we're using an intern as our camera.
Free kick for Sunflower State FC just by the Columbia College Center logo. Bit of confusion to who the free kick was for, as Sunflower State FC was kind of in a defensive position, but they do have the free kick and they decide to play it over to the left flank, trying to get into the middle, but a nice deflection there by Kenna Brower. Ball in, trying to find Zoe Lockhart, but Lockhart cannot get to it before G does. And the Sunflower State defense passes it over to Michaela. Michaela trying to find Audrey down that left flank, but it's intercepted by Haggerty, and she is fighting to keep it, and she does. Haggerty with options behind her. She'll play it back to Addie Clay, all the way back to Baird Watson. Watson into Lockhart, who's wide open, trying to find the 1-2 with Izzy Cole, but Cole and Lockhart bit off there. Ball through, trying to find the running Amara Estelle, but gets all the way back to the Sunflower goalkeeper.
Yeah, Mara Estelle was not a player that we saw in that previous home game here against Junction. This is her first home appearance of the season, as this one's played down the left field line and all the way back to the goalkeeper for the Missouri Reign.
Fitzler looking for options, trying to find Lockhart. Nice chest down over, trying to find the run of Valentina Cardoso, but just too far away. This one's deflected, and it will go out of bounds for a Reign throw-in. Throw-in taken to Lockhart. Still on the ball was Lockhart before she got stripped. And here comes Sunflower State FC with a lot of pressure on the Reign back line, forcing a throw-in. This time it'll actually be for the Reign again, as it last was touched by a Sunflower offensive player. Believe that was Michaela on that one. Sunflower able to win possession off the throw-in. And it's going to go out of bounds yet again, this time in favor of Sunflower State. Throw-in taken into not the best throw-in, intercepted by the Reign. Cardoso trying to find Lockhart, but could not get the ball off of her feet, as a good tackle by the Sunflower defender. It allows them to retain possession. Reign in possession now, trying to find the run of Estelle, but Estelle was tracking back up on defense. But
Wow.
Estelle gets past one. Estelle one with the keeper. And what a play by Anna back there, doing a great job of playing sweeper keeper and clearing the offensive possession for the Reign. Anna has been really impressive so far early in this one, making a couple crucial saves and showing how calm she is back there, playing one of the hardest positions to play in sports. So this one is intercepted at the midfield by Estelle. It's a scramble in the midfield. Sunflower State come away with it down that left flank. Maddie on the ball. She tries to find the run, but it gets deflected and finally collected by Katie Fitzler, who will take all the time she can to sort of reset this Missouri Reign defense, as there are a couple holes that she's not content with right now in that defensive line for the Reign. Lockhart on the ball, finding Cardoso. Cardoso trying to get past a couple defenders, does swing it over to a open Peyton Beam, who's trying to find Estelle down that right flank, but way too far for the right winger for Coach Aycock, and back into possession for Sunflower State.
And Sunflower State does a really nice job of getting width. As you can see, a player all the way on the near side, nearly touching the line, the out-of-bounds line, and all the way on the other side of the field, you can see the exact same thing. So extreme width for this Sunflower team, as they hope to expand and get across into the middle. They're really not a team that works through the middle that much, as you've seen through the first 16 minutes of this one. Sunflower State trying to go for a shot here, deflected by Baird Watson in the back, and
into the hands for Katie Fitzler. Baird Watson trying to play it out the back, trying to find the running Haggerty, but it gets intercepted before it gets over to the winger and goes out of bounds. Reign in possession. Very physical play. And Sunflower back in possession, and a dangerous opportunity here for Sunflower State FC. Ball goes through the legs of Baird Watson. A nice ball in but over to Fitzler, who's able to calmly collect it. Sunflower State will reset all the way back to their goalie. Plenty of time. No pressure from the rain. That one's going to go out of bounds for another Sunflower throw-in. Good pressure there between Lockhart and Izzy Cole, who's coming up from her traditional midfield position to pressure there.
I believe that was actually Haggerty on this left corner of the field.
Peyton
As this
Beam
was going all
gets
the way into the
beat.
box. Fitzler's going to
Nice
have to deal
play.
with that, but another one kicked out of bounds, and that'll go out for a goal kick.
Nice play there by Addie Clay coming over to help out Peyton Beam, who got beat there with the ball and also off the ball. Without Addie Clay, this game could easily be 1-0. Goal kick taken short at the feet of Baird Watson, who's trying to find Haggerty yet again. Sunflower State in possession on that third. A shot is collected by Fitzler yet again. A lot of shots here early for Sunflower State. But no real scoring opportunity, real clear-cut scoring opportunity yet for either team.
This one's going to roll back to the feet of Fitzler as she tries to find a player in the midfield. Actually, she's going to pick it up and toss it over to Haggerty on this left field line.
Izzy Cole back to Fitzler. Over to Kenna Brower. Brower finding Cardoso in the middle. Cardoso looking for options out on the right. Cuts back. Finds Baird Watson. And they'll elect to reset here. Good pressure from Sunflower State. Deflection. And it's going to go out of bounds for another rain throw.
It's going to be Addie Clay to throw it in for the Rain.
Clay looking for Lockhart. Does indeed find the striker. Played back to Cole, who tries to find the overlapping run from Ostel. But keeper will come out and clear it away before any danger arrives into the box. Throw in taken quickly with Haggerty. Haggerty trying to find Izzy Cole down that left sideline. Goes out of bounds. Addie Clay will take it back to Baird Watson. Watson with options behind her. She'll pass it all the way to the keeper, Katie Fitzler. Fitzler in a very dangerous position with pressure, but she finds Addie Clay. Clay with a chance to attack here. Plenty of space and a lot of running Rain players, but could not find one. Clay still in possession. Swings it down that left flank for Zoe Lockhart. And a collision between two Sunflower State FC players and Lockhart. Lockhart keeps it in. Great grit from Lockhart. Another tackle and more collisions. And Sunflower State finally retains possession before it's intercepted by Cole. Cole with space. Had to open Ostel, but I'm pretty sure she was in an offside position. Lockhart on it. Over to Haggerty. Haggerty with options. Trying to find Cardoso in the middle. Gets intercepted. And a wide open Sunflower attacker in on goal. It's a one-on-one with the keeper. And what a save by Katie Fitzler to keep this at 0. That's the best opportunity we've seen for both teams. It's still not over. Sunflower State still in possession in the box. Good tackle there by Baird Watson. Shot on target is saved by Fitzler once again.
Fitzler did a great job there of getting her knee down, allowing no space between her legs, because that would have gone right between her legs if she didn't close them. That ball was a rocket right at her. She did a great job dealing with it, and then shot at one more time and able to dive on that one. This one has Cole.
Ball through in for Haggerty. Haggerty into that left corner. Has numbers in the box to cross to. She does cross it, but the cross off the foot wrong. It goes straight out of bounds. The It'll be a goal kick for Sunflower State FC. Couple substitutions. Baird Watson checking out for the Reign. Couple subs for Sunflower State FC as well.
And what I've noticed from the Reign on their attacks is they're not going through the middle. They're going to go through the left and the right flanks, because we just saw a couple moments ago multiple Reign players in the middle waiting for the ball, regardless if they were on or offsides. I did not see players like Izzy Goal or Haggerty looking for them as they had the ball in space. So that's going to be something, an adjustment for Dakota Aycock to make later in this half and in the second half if he wants to be more successful in these attacks.
Sunflower State playing through the middle. Nice ball in from the new substitute. Over on the left flank. Intercepted by Cole into Cardoso. Cardoso gets past one. Lockhart has a running. Austell might be in an offside position, and she is. Zoe Lockhart could not get the pass off quick enough.
And Estelle has been offside nearly every attack. She needs to get back and wait. She has such strong speed and ability when possessing the ball, so she just needs to wait a little bit longer. Multiple chances for her already on that right flank.
Lockhart was a bit delayed there on that pass, and it allowed Austell to get into an offside position. This ball played over into the right corner, but it will trickle out of bounds for a goal kick. It was pretty close between a goal kick and a throw-in, but it did go past the byline instead of the sideline.
Let's sort of take this goal kick as she's tried to find people in the middle most of the game. She hasn't really looked to her outsides that she does this time. This one's going to be collected
over
by Lillian Hart.
Hart trying to find Lockhart over the head of everyone. Can Lockhart get to it first? She can. Lockhart one-on-one with the keeper. She shoots early, and it's saved. Bit of an early shot there for Lockhart. Cross into the box is over everyone. Haggerty will collect it as options to play it to if she can get on the ball, but it gets deflected out of bounds. An early error from Lockhart here in almost the 25th minute. She was 1-1 with the keeper and took a shot from outside the box right to the feet.
I think that was less of Lockhart's fault and more of Anna's success there as she came out of the box. You know that she's been doing that this entire game. And her success rate on coming out of the box is just absurd. She's came out on multiple different occasions and stopped multiple long shots from this Reign team. So she's really keeping Sunflower State in this one, where they would probably be down 2-0 if it wasn't for her saves.
Cardoso on it, has the run of Austell. Austell wide open in the box now, trying to find a shot, and the shot goes wide. Austell didn't have the number she was looking for in the box and decided to just shoot it. Unleashed a pretty powerful shot, but wide right. Mass substitutions for Coach Aycock now.
Half the team is coming off.
Yeah, that looks like 7 players coming off for the Reign. Looks like Addie Clay moving up,
Holland Hawkins will move to striker up at the top. She had those 2 goals in that game against Junction earlier this season, and she was a wrecking ball in that game. Lockhart, the more physical striker, and Hawkins, the more speedy, agile striker that you can send through balls to.
Joya Aziz also in the game. She had a really nice game for the Reign. Ball played in, but too far as the offensive player was also just in an offside position.
Lots of offsides that we're seeing this game, Julian. So both of these back lines doing exactly what they're taught to do is keep that straight line and hope for the best.
The combination of Aziz and Holland Hawkins worked wonders for the Reign last game. This one over to Addie Clay. Addie Clay, one of the lone starters to still be in this game for Coach Aycock. That is Jimena Aguilar.
Hawkins chasing this one down as Anna clears that one away. That one's going to be off the head of McMurtry and back to Anna.
Sunflower State playing it out of the back, finding an open runner, trying to put a ball through in towards the box. Fast runner, can she get the ball? She cannot, as the 50-50 ended up getting won by the Reign defender, passing it back to Fitzler. That's Lily Patterson on the ball. Patterson all the way to Cardoso. Back to Patterson in the middle, trying to find the run of Hawkins, but Hawkins wasn't in an offside position anyway as the ball trickles out of bounds.
And this Sunflower State team is playing a really high line, as you can see. That's why Anna's been able to get to so many of these long balls, because they're playing such a high line that if you play over the top, Anna's just going to be there in that sweeper position to clear it away. So nice positional stance here by Sunflower State through the first 28 minutes of this game. Reign still tied 0-0 here as Hawkins trying to find a way through, and Sunflower State clears that one away. Reign still have possession now.
Aguilar gets stripped, but right back to the feet of her defensive counterpart, Joya Aziz. Ball played into the middle. Still in a dangerous position. Aziz can shoot. She'll try to find a pass into Hawkins. Good defensive work. One-on-one opportunity. The shot is wide left, but it would not matter anyway.
As McMurtry was offside.
McMurtry was in an offside position. Another offside for the Reign. And this high line, as Logan, you were mentioning earlier, is working wonders for Sunflower State FC.
And you can see Dakota Aycock here telling the players on the left side of the field that they need to work these triangle passes in. They have to make these combining passes instead of playing it through because of this high line.
Danielle Bucher defending on that right side, forcing a clearance over to Hart. Hart trying to find Hawkins in the middle. Couple deflections, and Sunflower State will retain possession. Into the middle, now over to the right side. Nice bit of passing. Long ball played through, trying to find the overlapping runner. As another header is played in, Ava Martin will be the one to track it down and play it out of bounds for a corner kick. First corner kick of the game here in the 30th minute. Sorry, second corner kick of the game, both for Sunflower State. As we approach the 30th minute here, and this one still tied 0-0.
Sunflower State putting a lot of numbers in the box here.
Loading the box. You're looking at 7 players in the box for Sunflower State, hoping for a deflection. Ball played into the front post. Shot on target, but cleared off the line. Nice clearance. Hawkins has numbers. Can the Reign here a counterattack off the corner? Ball played in to Bucher. Bucher trying to work past the defender, and defender does get to the ball first, playing it back to Anna, the keeper for Sunflower State, over on the left side now. Good defensive work, good transitional defensive work by Sunflower State to limit that counterattack by the Reign. Good play there by Hart to retain possession as she goes to the floor. Still in possession with the Reign before an errant pass forces a turnover.
And I'm just waiting for the Reign to break one open here. They've gotten so many chances in that final third, just not able to convert on any of them. So many shots on target. As Sunflower State still moving down this right flank, they played into the box.
Finding an open player in the box, passing it all the way back. But Joya Aziz is there to retain possession, as we'll have a foul here on Sunflower State. Offensive player got a little bit too aggressive with Aziz as Aziz took a tumble. Substitutions for Sunflower State. And you're absolutely right, Logan. The Missouri Reign have been getting numbers down the pitch and stringing passes together, just missing that final touch.
I mean, this is a lot more aggressive than we even saw them against Junction. As
Here goes
McMurtry is
McMurtry.
down the left sideline. McMurtry
Wide
looking
open
to
with
the
a
middle.
player to beat. Gets past her defender. Ball played into the middle and knocked out of bounds. A nice deflection forces the Missouri Reign corner their first of the game. And that was a nice header through from Holland Hawkins. We saw that last game. Hawkins was able to head it over to another Reign player who then played a through ball back to Hawkins. It was a nice 1-2 play. And Hawkins was trying to do it there again. And it wins the Reign a corner. 5 players in the box, 6 players in the box now for the Reign. Corner taken into the middle. So it was a really good corner. Back out to Azee. Back to Addie Clay. Addie Clay, another cross into the box. It's a dangerous one. Keeper coming out. Collision in the middle between the keeper and two Reign attackers. Ball still in the air. Holland Hawkins, the nearest Reign on it, and she will retain possession. Nice piece of play by Hawkins. Hawkins out over on the right side. Cross into the box. Azee is there. Header is still in the air. Hawkins on it. A lot of contact, but no penalty, says the head referee. And here comes Sunflower State on the counterattack. It's a 2v4, looking for numbers. She'll take it herself. Going on the right foot, gets past the defender. Shooting opportunity. The shot is not strong enough, right into the hands of the Reign keeper. And she'll play it out to Azee. Reign attacking through this right side now. Hawkins in an offside position. Bucher plays it through into Hawkins, but the keeper, Anna, is there to collect before Hawkins had a chance.
And you cannot say enough about the job that Anna has done. I mean, that punch out with the convoluted box there just saved Sunflower State from going down 1-0. There were so many chances in that box for Holland Hawkins to get a shot off, but multiple punches out, headers out by Anna saved the day once again.
Reign in control here. Now on the right side with Bucher. Bucher with numbers on the inside. Bucher goes around her defender over into that right corner. Playing a ball in to McMurtry, but Anna is there to collect. Before McMurtry had the chance to put a foot on it. Here comes Sunflower State. Now into the middle. And she'll elect to reset with Maddie in the back line. Ball played into the middle, but intercepted. And a couple deflections bounced in favor of Sunflower State. What a tackle there by Lillian Hart, and the referee calls a foul. Hart didn't like it, and the rest of the Reign didn't like it either, but it's a free kick and a very dangerous spot for Sunflower State FC, trying to break the ice here in the 35th minute.
Looks like there will be either 2 or 3 in the wall for the Reign. Nice job of Sunflower State going through the middle. It seems like they've had a lot of success going through the middle, especially on counterattacks, as there will be 2 in the wall for the Reign.
33 yards out. Here's the shot. Good shot, bottom left-hand corner, but Fitzler is there to collect. Pretty easy save as she was in a great position there. Ball played in the middle with the Reign. Long ball over, trying to find McMurtry. Can she keep it in bounds? She cannot, as it trickles out of bounds for a Sunflower State throw-in.
Another substitution here for the Reign, as it looks like Pendleton will be coming in as well as Patterson. So Pendleton and Patterson will be coming into the game. Looks like they'll be both dropping into the lower midfield.
Pressure from the Reign on Sunflower State, as the 3 at the back for Sunflower State is not allowing many passing opportunities in the back.
Leininger also coming in for the Reign. She's playing that attacking midfield position held by Izzy Cole earlier.
Ball intercepted. Hawkins with the shot, and it's just wide left. A great interception by the newly subbed on Felicity Pendleton in the middle of the field, finding the feet of Holland Hawkins, and Hawkins almost snuck it into the back of the net with Anna off of her line. And that's one thing the Reign can try to do, is they can try these long shots with Anna playing off of her line so much. Hawkins almost got it to work there. Sunflower State in possession here in the middle.
Well, at one point or another, either one of these teams is going to break open this game. There's been so many chances on both sides. As we see a chance here.
Another interception into Hawkins. Hawkins might have been offside, and she was. What a save from Anna on the recovery effort. But another unlucky offsides for the Reign, as this is the first time on Hawkins. As the interception from McMurtry, she tried to play it into Hawkins, who was wide open and 1-1 with the keeper. But since there was no defenders back, Hawkins was offside as she was in front of McMurtry. If she was behind, then it would have been a clean play.
And regardless of that offsides call, another great save by Anna. Regardless if that would have been onside or offside.
It is a miracle that there has not been a single ball going to the back of the net. Fair play or non-fair play. Ball played into McMurtry. McMurtry trying to find a Z in the middle. A Z will end up retaining possession after a nice defensive stand from the Reign into Bucher on the right side. Will it stay in play? It will not. It goes out of bounds for a Reign corner. Nice job by Bucher to earn that corner, and it looks like she'll be the one to take it. More players storming into the box now for the Reign. Looks like there's going to be 6 in the box, 7 in the box now with a Z. Good corner into the middle. Ball played at the back stick, but there could not be a Reign player getting onto it. As looks like Leininger was the closest one to it. If she was able to get any of her cleat onto it, it surely would have been a goal for the Reign. But just trickled past her and trickled past everyone out of bounds. We are approaching the 40th minute, still tied at 0 here in the first half between the Missouri Reign and Sunflower State FC from Overland Park, Kansas. Into the middle for Sunflower State FC. They have numbers. Play it out to the left now with numbers in the box. 1-2, and a Z is there to clear it away. A nice job by Joya Z tracking back from her midfield spot. A Z yet again being in the middle of a lot of opportunities for the Reign and a lot of defensive opportunities as well.
Yeah, she's been able to shift from defense to attack most of the time for this Reign team. Been able to get the ball off of a takeaway and shift it upfield to the likes of McMurtry, Hawkins, or even Lockhart earlier in this one. So she's really been that main facilitator for this Reign team. And Dakota Aycock has got to be happy about what he's been seeing from his team, just not able to get the finishes that they would hope for. Very unlucky, and Anna has done a great job in goal for this Sunflower State team. If you're just joining us, as she's had countless saves, probably over 6 or 7 great saves. As we just talked about, a Z, she's going to be fouled over there in that midfield right on the Columbia College logo.
Another great defensive job there by Joya Aziz, winning the ball off of the Sunflower State attacker and drawing the foul. We could have a free kick play here from the Reign, as they are, so far this season, they have been able to play a lot of long balls from free kicks in these situations. But this time they will play it out to the left for Aguilar. Aguilar trying to find a player in the middle. Goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly into the middle, back to Aguilar. Aguilar trying to cross it into Hawkins. Came up the foot a little bit weird. And it's going to trickle out of bounds for a Sunflower State throw-in after a couple deflections.
And even though it was a change of possession, Aguilar doing a nice job of canceling out any counterattack for this Sunflower State team. She kicks it out of bounds towards the corner as the Reign continue to have chances to get takeaways in the lower third.
Anna on the ball, plays it out over on the left, now into the middle for Sunflower State. Over on the left flank, guarded by 2 purple jerseys. And the Reign are doing a good job of getting numbers to the ball whenever Sunflower State is in possession. This one passed back, very, very dangerous play there from the Sunflower State defender with 2 Reign attackers storming in on her. As this one looks like it's going to go out of bounds for a Reign throw-in, but we'll have a couple substitutions as we are just about to reach the 43rd minute here from Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri, for this matchup between the home side Missouri Reign and the Travelers from Kansas Sunflower State FC. Another throw-in, this time for Sunflower State. Ball played back, now into the middle. Plenty of numbers for Sunflower State. This ball just past the
Another
feet.
offside. Oh, well, that
She
would have
been offside, but Anna was out quickly to collect it. Hawkins on the ball. Sorry, McMurtry on the ball, passing it into a Z, but a nice job defensively there by the Sunflower State defender. A Z on the ball still, finding the feet of Hawkins. Hawkins gets past her defender. Now with numbers in the box, Hawkins works inside on the right foot. The shot is in! What a shot from Holland Hawkins, finding that upper right-hand corner. Over the hands of the outstretched Anna. It's 1-0 Missouri Reign.
Missouri Reign goal by Holland Hawkins.
What a play by Holland Hawkins and a Z linking up yet again. We saw that last home match against Junction FC. A Z and Hawkins, the 1-2 punch. A Z didn't get any goal contributions that game, but the way she was playing, she finally gets her goal contribution in this one. It's 1-0 Reign here just before the 45th minute.
And we've been talking about how this game looked to be breaking open anytime soon. We just didn't know when it was. And a Z coming into this one as another chance for Holland Hawkins. That one's going to go all the way back to Anna. And
I believe Hawkins was in an offside position anyway, as another great defensive job by McMurtry to win the ball in the offensive third.
But back to what I was saying, the Reign have just been able to break this one open here as Holland Hawkins again running into the box. Another trap here by Anna, but the Missouri Reign have just been outstanding in this lower third, creating chances. They just were doing terrible when actually trying to complete them in the box.
1 minute of additional time as the shot from McMurtry this time goes high and wide, as McMurtry was on the right side of the field after she was defending, pressing that back line, ended up winning the ball yet again.
But time and time again, we've seen Holland Hawkins be the goal scorer for this Reign team. They pulled out Lockhart earlier in the 20th minute.
McMurtry intercepts this one in another very, very promising position. Gets past one defender with numbers in the box. She gets tripped up. It's a foul. It won't be a penalty as it was just outside of the box. But another dangerous opportunity here for the Reign in a very dangerous position for this free kick. McMurtry signals she's all right. The Reign will load the box at the back stick.
The 2 goal contributors over there standing in front of the ball. Hawkins at the top of the box now. Might be looking for something short as the Z stands over the ball. 2 defenders are in the wall as the referee will back them up just a little bit before this kick.
Believe Aziz's going to look for a cross into the back post, which is why she's on this one. Normally we would see Hawkins on a dangerous free kick spot. Here's Aziz Ball played into the middle, met by a Sunflower State defender all the way back out to McMurtry. Her shot is wide, and that will do it for the first half. It was a very eventful first half with the Reign taking the lead in the 45th minute. Logan, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I mean, I said it. It just felt like a glass jar about to get blown open by this Reign team. They were in the lower third for about 60 to 75% of this half, and they finally got their opportunity with Holland Hawkins. A great turn and a great finish by her in the box right over the head of Anna, who actually had a really good half for the Sunflower State team. 7 or 8 saves there. This game could have been way worse than it is on the scoreboard right now. Obviously, Reign leading 1-0 going into this halftime. We will be back in 15 minutes. I'm Logan Parsons. Beside my co-broadcaster, Julian Moniz, we will be right back.
Hello and welcome back live from Columbia College here in Columbia, Missouri for the second half between the home side Missouri Reign and the visiting Sunflower State FC. It's 1-0 Reign after a 45th minute banger from Holland Hawkins. We are just about set to get things underway here in the second half. The Reign in the purple, the light purple, moving from left to right. Sunflower State in their classic yellows, moving from right to left.
And Julian, that was a pretty explosive first half, as we've seen, especially down the flanks for the Reign. They didn't start working through the middle till that last 10 minutes, I think, and it really worked out for them as they were able to get some combining passes in, and it was all off of counterattacks too, able to receive the ball from Sunflower State's errors and then convert them. Holland Hawkins coming in the 22nd minute, I think, and really big difference when she came in comparatively to when they started the game, as the Reign are set to take the field here. Sunflower State moving from right to left and the Reign going from left to right, as Julian said moments ago.
Lockhart re-enters the game as she was initially starting for the Reign, got subbed off for Holland Hawkins, and that's whenever the game really turned for the Reign. Joya Aziz still in the game for the Reign as well. Ayana Clark checking in. First action we've seen from her today as we are kicked off and underway for the second half between the Reign and Sunflower State FC. Lockhart over to Joya.
Reign in possession now as they swing it along the back flank all the way out to the left side as Sunflower State intercepts it. Sunflower State with numbers. They play a through ball in, but a nice pick up and toss over to the left side as the Reign deal with it nicely.
That was great defensive work there by the keeper, Fitzler, getting out of her comfortable area in the 6-yard box and coming out and collecting that one, as it would have been a one-on-one if she didn't.
Addie Clay trying to find forward, and it's going to be right onto the feet of Sunflower State's right back. They're playing along the back line now as Aziz pressures them.
Aziz moving up into an attacker role, now dropping back into the defense. The lone striker, Zoe Lockhart, for the Reign.
This one's going to be taken away by Izzy Cole over to Austell. Izzy Cole going forward now up to Austell. That one's going to be taken away by Sunflower State. She's still working for it, though, as they play it forward. Now onto the feet of Reagan Haggerty. Haggerty with the shot. And a good save by Ann.
Good save there by Anna, continuing her excellent game. She had a really good first half. Score could have easily been 2 or 3-0. Missed touch there.
Beam defending this one for the Reign. She kicks that one away. Still on the feet of a Sunflower State player as they play it all the way up. And it will be trapped by the Reign once again.
Baird Watson, bit of an error there, knocking the ball down, but able to recover and get that deflection back to Fitzler.
Fitzler with the long ball here. Trying to find Lockhart, can't do so. Now played out wide for Sunflower State. Haggerty up the field to Clay. Clay to Lockhart. Lockhart trying to find the ball into the box, can't do so, and Ann will receive it once again.
Nice piece of play between Haggerty and Clay on that left side. Unfortunately for them, Lockhart a little bit off timing with them. Nice play there by Ayana Clark.
I believe that's actually Noel playing in that center back position for the Reign, number 20.
Yes.
As Izzy Cole plays that one back to Baird Watson as she sends it forward. Now on to the feet of Beam. Beam into Cole. And back over to Noel. Noel tries to find a long ball into Haggerty, and Haggerty is going to kick that one out of bounds. Matter of fact, it will go out of bounds on the Sunflower State right back. And it's going to be a throw in on that left far side of the field. It's going to be off the feet of Aziz onto the feet of a Sunflower State player. And all the way over to the right side, the right back, Peyton Beam. Beam turning and weaving. And this ball will go all the way back to Fitzler. Fitzler getting pressured now as she finds Noel in the back. Cool, calm, and collected is this Reign defense as they work the ball all the way up the field to Haggerty. Eventually trying to find Lockhart, but all the way over to Austell. Austell in that far corner. Lots of speed on those wings for the Reign. That one's whipped into the box trying to find Izzy Cole. And now Haggerty hits that one over to Lockhart. Lockhart kicks it at the goal, and a good save by Sunflower State. A good clearance by the center back to get that one out. That's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in.
What a goal line clearance, saving a goal. This score could easily be 2 or 3-0 if it wasn't for some miraculous plays from not only the goalkeeper, Anna, but also her defensive back line.
Izzy Cole with a nice turn, tries to find Lockhart, and that's going to be kicked away once again. Nice clearances from this Sunflower State defense as their line continues their strong performance today despite the score of 1-0.
5 minutes into the second half, still 1-0 Missouri Reign thanks to Holland Hawkins' finish in the 45th minute.
Aziz on the ball now as she plays it back. So it's going to go all the way back to Noel. Noel looking to the left. Clay finds a running Pendleton. Pendleton with a good cross into the box. Finds Cole. Cole's going to chest it out to Austell. Austell gets stripped, and Sunflower State will be having possession now.
Trying to find numbers is Sunflower State, but the Reign are just doing an excellent job of swarming to the ball and forcing an error in the back. It'll be a corner thanks to the pressure from Aziz.
And Aziz has been all over the field for this Reign team, as she's moved everywhere from center defensive mid to attacking mid and even winger. She will be the one to take this corner kick as the Reign have 5 players at the top of the box and one of them on the back post. Look like Izzy Cole will be on that back post. A good corner in. That one's going to go back post. And a good header. That one's going to come off the head of Lockhart and a goal by her. A good swinging cross into the box by Aziz. Her second assist of the game, and Lockhart gets her first goal.
What a cross in by Joya Aziz. Lockhart, the tall presence in the box for the Reign, able to get her head on it, and she picks up the goal. So a combination between physicality and speed up front for the Reign between Holland Hawkins and Zoe Lockhart has this game at 2-0.
And you talked about physicality, but physicality wasn't the only thing there. Lockhart, with that tall stature, coming into play there as that great cross by Aziz. Her ability to play that ball in, that whipping cross into the box right onto the head of Lockhart. This one's played down the left sideline here as Yasmin Baird Watson is able to control that one and out of bounds there as she shields off the Sunflower defender. This one's going to be a goal kick now for Fitzler.
Lovely defensive work there by Baird Watson, tracking back on that overlapping run from the Sunflower State attacker. And instead of playing the ball, she played the man and got the goal kick. Lovely play there by the veteran.
Here's Lockhart now going up the left flank, being chased down by the Sunflower defenders. She
Nice
tries to
defensive
nutmeg, excuse me. And that's when it's going to be cleared out all the way to Noel.
Nice turn there.
Noel with a good turn and up the field here. Finds Pendleton at that, Haggerty at the top of the box. Going to be played over to Cole and stripped off of her. That's going to go out of bounds. Another throw.
Nice 1-2 piece of work there between Haggerty and Lockhart, as Lockhart was able to shield the ball and get it to the running Haggerty.
Beam onto the feet of Cole. That's going to find Austell, and Austell's going to kick a little dribbler over to Anna. Anna dribbling out of the box now with a limpish kick, and that's going to go to the feet of Haggerty, but Haggerty not able to do anything with it. Sunflower State remains in possession. Not anymore, though, as Pendleton with the interception. Pendleton over to the feet of Lockhart, back to Pendleton, on the feet of Azee. Azee, good turn, and kicked away by Sunflower State. A great tackle in the box.
What a tackle there at the back line.
As a throw in by Clay will be soon. I don't know if there will be a substitution or I don't know what exactly they're waiting on here, as the middle referee plays on, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds for another rain throw. Clay to take it once again.
Seems like we're lacking the number of balls we can use in this one, as all players have had to chase pretty much every ball that goes out of bounds. Been unfortunate, but we play on. Nice defensive work there by Sunflower State yet again, earning the foul.
And despite the score, Sunflower State's defensive line has done an amazing job of keeping these fast counterattacks out of the back of the net, as Austell kicks that one away, but a good clearance from Sunflower State. Baird Watson now getting tracked down as she gets the ball and creates a foul as she shields that one out of bounds. It will be a foul here as she's a little limpish on her way up off the ground.
What a play from the Aussie. Baird Watson shielding the ball away and picking up the foul. She is definitely one of the best defenders on this Reign team, especially when it comes to playing the man instead of the ball. But it looks like she took a pretty big hit on that one and is down. Hopefully she is all right. She's one of the leaders on this team, especially on that defensive line. Limping off now. We're going to have a sub.
And it's going to be Lillian Hart coming back into the game. She started the game for this Reign side, and her and Noel will take over the duties of the center back positions for the Reign. Fitzler to take the free kick here, as that booming kick is going to go all the way up to Austell and headed away for another Reign throw. Beam throws it up to Lockhart. Austell tries to speed past this defense, but can't do so. Sunflower State with numbers now, as Patterson gets a deflection, and that one's going to go all the way back to Clay, excuse me. Clay to Cole. Now Haggerty. Haggerty working her way up the field. Finds Cole once again. Cole over to Beam. And Beam, with lots of room to work in the midfield, decides to go all the way back to Noel. Noel looking left and finds the feet of a Sunflower player. 1v2 here as Patterson ends up with possession. That's going to go dribbling back towards that far post.
Great job by Noel tracking back after sort of being involved with that last offensive possession, tracking back to her position and making the tackle on the recovery effort. She's been a pleasant surprise here in this one for Coach Acock. We didn't see much of her early on in the year, but has really been coming on these past couple games for the Reign, especially in this one.
And Izzy Cole has just been able to facilitate, her and Aziz have just been able to facilitate through this Sunflower midfield with ease. They've been the real chance creators for this team and been the reason why they've been so successful in this lower third. Here's Noel to take it as a booming kick goes all the way up to Lockhart. Lockhart with a good header is going to eventually find the feet of Beam. Izzy Cole's going to pass that one back to Hart. And Hart with a long ball trying to find Ostel, cannot do so. Sunflower State come up with the ball. And a long run for the left back coming all the way from her central backline position. This one's going to be crossed into the box and kicked away by Baird Watson.
Believe that was
actually that's going to be
Patterson. Yes, nice clearance away by Patterson, tracking back from the midfield and helping out her defense in any way possible. She blocked off that passing lane really well and cut away that pretty dangerous attack. There's Patterson again.
As you see, the Reign playing very compact as a very hard collision. And this one might result in a card as it will actually result in a yellow card for the Sunflower State attacker.
Number 13 on Sunflower State.
We apologize if we aren't saying their names. They didn't give us a correct lineup sheet, so we're having to make do with just the Reign's team. It'll be Hart to take this free kick. Hart's going to send that one up, eventually finding the feet of Ostel. Ostel to Patterson, and Patterson out wide to Haggerty.
Nice.
Haggerty with a bad touch and a good defensive stand for the Sunflower State team, and poked away back to Anna.
Lockhart had a couple of options, tried to play a through ball into the overlapping Haggerty, but just too far out for the winger to get to.
Lillian Hart tries to go for the slide tackle, misses. Sunflower State with numbers in the box here. A shot coming towards the back post and a nice save by Fitzler. Don't know if she got her hand on that one. She did not. It's going to go out for a goal kick. It looked like she almost got her hand on that one.
That was a very, very dangerous attack there for Sunflower State FC. Probably their most dangerous attack of the day. Really nice shot, but just a bit wide. Fitzler had it covered, it appeared.
And it also looks like Aziz, the two-time assister this game, is going to come out for Cardozo, Valentina Cardozo. So a change at the midfield as she makes that combining pass out of bounds.
Trying to play the 1-2 with Peyton Beam, but the return pass from Cardozo was just a little bit too far for Beam. It was really well defended as well by Sunflower State.
Cole's going to go find Noel in the back out to Clay as Sunflower State is going to kick that one off the feet of her, and it's going to be out for another throw-in. We haven't seen too many mistakes from this Missouri Reign back line through the first 63 minutes of this game. None that'll result in a goal.
This Reign defense has been very good today.
Especially at home.
Yes, they have not given up a goal at home yet this season.
Lockhart's going to find Austell.
Good ball in.
And that's going to find Haggerty. Haggerty in a long ball. This is a 2v3 now. Haggerty with a good cross in. Austell on the ball and tripped up by Anna.
Hope both
It's going to go all the way out of bounds for a goal kick, but another good opportunity for Austell. She's had a couple good one-on-one opportunities with the goalkeeper, but another great save by Anna. She had 6 or 7 amazing ones in that first half. One-on-one chances where she just put them to bed.
Both Anna and Austell fortunate to get away unscathed there as they collided on that ball in. Nobody got a touch on the ball.
Yeah, it looked like it just found its way through both of them. Don't know how that happened as they collided shortly thereafter. Cardoso chasing down the midfielder for Sunflower State. And Clay was eager to get to that one, but once again, the ball is going to go through both of them. And it's going to be out for a Reign throw. Clay will take it. Clay with a good long throw, trying to find Patterson. It's going to be deflected out, but back onto the feet of Patterson. Patterson now with room in the midfield, tries to find Austell, and a good tackle from Sunflower State as they retain possession.
Patterson looked promising there on that run. Had a nice turn, and unfortunately, whenever she went to pass it, got cut away.
Sunflower State streaking up this left flank now as Hart defends. Now Noel defending as a deflection sends that one out to the left flank once again, that left corner area. And a great clearance there to send it out for a Sunflower throw. Substitution now. A couple substitutions for the Reign. It looks like Holland Hawkins, the original goal scorer for this Reign team, will come in at that striker position along with McMurtry. This is the same substitution that we saw at the top end in the first half, as Aguilar will also come in at that right back position. So change that right back, winger, and striker for this Reign team. Actually, no, Lockhart will stay at striker.
I believe Holland Hawkins
Hawkins
going
will
into
go
that left wing position. She replaced, I believe,
Haggerty.
Addie Clay. Sorry, yes, Haggerty. She replaced Haggerty.
Clay on the ball now and finds Lockhart. A great through ball there. Cardoso switching fields now. Finds Hart. As Hart finds Aguilar on the outside, but taken away by Sunflower State. Sunflower State with possession now, streaking up the field. And a good play out of bounds by Bucher.
Yeah, very nice play by Bucher. She got beat originally, but was able to get back with some pretty nice recovery speed and get in the line of that shot, knock it away for a corner. Third corner of the match for Sunflower State. Sending
so many
almost
numbers.
Everyone. 6 in the box for Sunflower State.
And it almost
Reign defending with 10.
And it almost looks like more because they're so compact in there that deflections are almost certain. That one's going to be headed away by a defensive player. Patterson will touch that one with her head, and Lockhart will send that one up the field to Cardoso. Cardoso with the long ball up the field now, trying to find McMurtry. Does find the feet of McMurtry. McMurtry one-on-one with the goalkeeper over the head, and that one's going to be into the back of the net. Top bins for McMurtry. A great shot around Anna, and she is not able to save that one. Another one that goes over the head of Anna, and the Reign lead 3-0.
Callie McMurtry.
What a finish by Callie McMurtry, finding that top right corner yet again. 3-0 Reign, and this is becoming a rout here as we approach the 70th minute. Some great counterattack play there by the Reign, forcing an error at the back.
Just waiting to be broke open by this Reign side. They had so many chances in the box, but just not able to convert on any of them. But in the second half, they have been fruitful with every chance that they have gotten in that box. Sunflower State still trying here as that one's going to be intercepted. Cardoso on the ball now. Cardoso with a good step over. She finds McMurtry again. McMurtry tries to find one in the box, can't do so, and Sunflower State will retain possession. Now onto the feet of Hart as she looks to the left side. Cardoso on it again.
Ooh,
Like a
good
totem
ball.
pole in that midfield. And Hawkins knows that she was offside. Didn't even try to go for that one as
Don't
Anna
believe-
picks that one.
Don't believe she was offside. I think the ball was just a little bit too far out in front of her after it got deflected. But she would have been onside if the ball was able to find her feet. That back line for Sunflower State is dropping back a little bit now. Could be some tired legs.
Yeah, originally they were playing that very high line that was catching the Reign off sides in many case scenarios, but Lockhart, McMurtry, and Haggerty, now Hawkins, have been doing a great job in the second half of keeping themselves on side. As that one's going to be eventually kicked away and out of bounds for a Sunflower State throw in that left corner of the pitch. 70th minute now as the Reign lead 3-0. Goals from Hawkins, Lockhart, and most recently McMurtry. This one's getting defended by Patterson as it'll eventually find the feet of Cardoso. Cardoso ahead of all the Reign players, now getting intercepted, and it'll go all the way back to Anna at goalkeeper.
That was a nice defensive play there by both Lockhart coming back to defend and Cardoso going up to try to start an attack. It ended up getting won by Lockhart to the feet of Cardoso, but she was not able to find anyone. But a very, very positive sign for both Cardoso and Lockhart there. Cardoso has had a sneaky good game. Nothing for goal contributions, but she's been all over the field for the Reign, getting involved in many offensive and defensive plays.
And this is a little like something that we saw in that first half with a complete overhaul of substitution for this Reign team. Dakota Aycock sending more than half of his players off the field in exchange for substitutes. McMurtry stays on, though. Hawkins stays on, though. And Sunflower State in transition now. 3v4 on that back line as it's played out wide to the right. Not so good of a turn there as Martin sends it up the field to Hawkins. It's going to go back to Lima. Lots of new names here in the
Nice turn.
71st minute as Hawkins stays in control. Now giving it away back to Martin.
That was a nice turn there by Hawkins, but unfortunately she was not able to do anything after that turn.
Now
Just
on
one
to the
click
feet of
away.
Hart.
The Reign are just one click away every time they go up the field.
Hart with a nice through ball over the top. Hawkins in possession, tries to score there. That one's going to be knocked onto the feet of Lininger, and it looks like either a handball. It will be a handball at the top of that box. It'll be the Reign free kick, and I believe
It's going to be
it
Hawkins.
was
This is a very
Hawkins.
dangerous
Hawkins
free
will be
kick.
the one to take it. Free kick.
Very dangerous free kick here for the Reign. Hawkins had a chance to try to tap it by the keeper, but instead went for the shot. First touch. Would have definitely liked to see her take a touch past and then finish it. But nonetheless, drawing the free kick here in a very, very dangerous spot. Let's see what she can do.
Here's Hawkins from 20 yards out. She goes low, bottom post, bottom left post, and a little bit wide.
I love the idea there from Hawkins. That left that bottom left-hand corner was wide open as only 3 in the wall for Sunflower State. Left a lot of holes in that net. And she went for one of them. Unfortunately, shot was just a little bit wide left. But the idea is there.
And I was going to say, if it was any other goalkeeper for Sunflower State, that probably would have been a goal given up. But since Anna is prone to coming out of the goal and really playing that sweeper position, it made it really hard for Hawkins to get a shot off. And even though she did get one off, it was deflected out by Anna. A great save by her.
Nice clearance there by Aguilar back to the back line for Sunflower State.
This one's getting pressured by, I believe that's Hawkins. No, that's not Hawkins. On the feet of McMurtry now. Finds Brewer.
Ava Leninger was on the pressure for the Reign.
And it's going to bounce all the way back to Aguilar. Aguilar to Hart. And Hart trying to find McMurtry. It's going to be kicked out of bounds for another throw. Lots of new faces here in this final 15 minutes for the Reign. Players that we hadn't seen in the last 2 home games. So Dakota Aycock making the decision to get some more experience.
A lot of Division II players were called up for this game, being a non-conference game. And especially with a 3-0 scoreboard, a lot of freedom for Coach Aycock with the lineup.
This one's going to be all the way out wide for Sunflower State. A great touch, a long touch, and she keeps that one in bounds. 3v3 now in the middle, and a great chest out by McMurtry, or I believe that's actually Martin, excuse me, on that left back position. It's hard to see from all the way across the field, but Martin does indeed hit that one out for a corner kick.
Nice job by Martin to recover after getting beat on that wing, forcing the corner. A lot of numbers in the box for Sunflower State. That is 6 with a person going up short.
Pendleton now substituting on for Hart at center back. Here comes the corner kick from Sunflower State. That's going to go back post onto the head of a Sunflower State player and out of bounds.
Very dangerous corner as Fitzler came up off of her line. And whenever you see goalies doing that, you always want to see them clear it out or get a touch on it. She did not get a touch on it, which would have allowed a wide open net if a Sunflower State attacker was able to get their foot onto it. But fortunately for the Reign, it's stayed away from anyone in the area and went out of bounds.
And the premier goal scorer, Holland Hawkins, will now substitute off for Haggerty. Haggerty, which started the second half, will now be coming back on to her position that she started in at that left wing. So look for her to be explosive as she was at the start of the second half.
Hawkins, the leading goal scorer for the Reign. That's 5 goals in all competitions so far this season. Zoe Lockhart up there as well. Believe that was her 4th goal on the year on the header from the corner.
And I'm very surprised that Austell hasn't gotten one. She's had basically more chances than all of them, especially in that first half with her speed and her ability to track down long balls. I really thought that she would be a goal scorer here, but we'll see in this latter 13 minutes if she can do so, as this one's going to be played near side and back central as Sunflower State switches fields. This one being defended by Haggerty here. A good turn by Sunflower State. And back intercepted by Liniger. A good touch by Noel on that back line. And it'll find her feet once again. It's going to be kicked back by Sunflower State and all the way back to Fitzler. Fitzler waits for pressure and now recoups. getting
Exactly.
ready for a drop kick.
Exactly what you want to see out of a keeper there. Instead of just picking up, just be patient and force the attacker to come to you. Waste some time while you're at it.
And now taken away by Sunflower State. A long shot.
What a save.
And Fitzler with a good save. Didn't know if that one was going in or not. But regardless, good hands by Fitzler. Having to adjust to that one. Running left, then diving right.
Very impressive, especially considering the fact that she held on to it. Very hard to hold on to some of those shots. She was able to hold on to it and sort of force.
Now Austell in space. She has no players to beat, but just runs over the top of that ball as she gets fouled at the top corner of the box. Another one of those long balls that I said that she can get to with ease, just hasn't been able to convert, and she doesn't convert again. If she can just get her feet out from under her, she could have had 2 or 3 goals this game, Julian.
She could absolutely, and the Reign could easily have more than 3 goals as well if it wasn't for the outstanding keeper play from Sunflower State.
Looks like Liniger will be the one to take this.
It's Cardoso, I believe.
Oh, Cardoso, excuse me. That one's going to go back post. A nice punch out from Anna. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like Cardoso and Liniger both have the exact same hair, so it's very hard to see, especially covering up the nameplate. Excuse me, number plate. This one's going to be Cardoso as well, taking this corner kick for the Reign. As they stock the box with 6 in.
80th minute now in this clash between the Reign and Sunflower State. Reign up 3-0. Actually, 3 goals. One in the first half by Holland Hawkins, her 5th on the season. Then Zoe Lockhart and Kaylee McMurtry got in on the fun.
A low cross there from Cardoso, and it's going to hit off of Aguilar and then off of her defender for another corner kick. 80th minute now as the Reign still lead 3-0. Hawkins scoring the first goal, Lockhart scoring the second, and then Haggerty scoring that third one from far out. Cardoso with another corner here, and that one never made it in bounds as Anna will take the goal kick.
Didn't have the best angle on that corner. Looked like she was trying to fake out the defense. Initially going to play a short, but then whipped in a surprise ball at the front post. But unfortunately for her, was out of bounds pretty much off the rip.
Sunflower State now playing it out wide, near side. Getting tracked down by Austell. And now switching fields back to the goalkeeper, Anna. Anna plays it far side as the Reign still playing that compact style of defense that swarms to anything coming through the midfield. As Haggerty, with a good stab, gets to that one. Trying to find Liniger up at the top. Can't do so, and Sunflower State retain. Cardoso now on the ball. Intercepts it.
Good ball.
And up to Austell. Austell versus the keeper. And the goal that she's been looking for. 4-0 now for the Reign as Austell gets that first goal of the season. She's been looking for one all day long. That through ball from Cardoso finally came through to her, and she was finally able to get under her feet a nice placement in that far back post to put the Reign up 4-0.
And that's exactly who you were talking about, Logan Austell, down that right flank, finally able to get on to the scorebook after being so close the entire game.
I think every player that has played on the wing has scored today. Haggerty